Thank you so much, Jonathan. Really appreciate this. Hello and welcome to our panel. It is Unicorns in the Cryptosphere, How Blockchain Will Revolutionize the World. And I'm really excited to be with these three very accomplished people. So let's just get started and see what we can learn from them today. So you all are here because your companies have grown significantly and they've achieved a pretty impressive level of growth. So tell me, just to start out, one or two things your company is doing right now that you kind of find most interesting or most exciting. So let's start with you, Sophia.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm the managing director for Amber Group in Europe. Amber Group is the leading global digital asset platform servicing institutional and retail clients the world over and providing them with access to liquidity, the ability to earn yields, and also mitigate risk in the crypto space. It's through our technology and platform that we are really helping our clients build digital asset wealth and capturing long-term value in the crypto space. We are a very active participant in all aspects of the ecosystem, including DeFi, in addition to crypto asset trading. And some of the things that we're really excited about in the future is, of course, to focus on ESG and in different ways in which we can participate and be a force for good in the markets in the future, leveraging blockchain technology and smart contracts, for example, to facilitate better access to carbon credit trading and other offsets, something that we're looking into significantly. On the ESG side, we've actually adopted a whale named Salt through the Whale and Dolphin Conservatory, and we've partnered with Moss, where we've actually bought 2 million worth of carbon credits to offset our mining trade. So that's one area that we're very excited. Other than that, we are heavily investing in tools, applications, and capabilities for the metaverse. Our platform at the moment facilitates crypto asset trading, earning, and risk mitigation. However, we are building, as I mentioned, functionality to be a large player in the metaverse. So stay tuned for more information on both those fronts.
Okay, great. Thank you. So ESG and metaverse for you. So Ashish, what about you?
I think what Coinswitch has done well in India, so just to give you a background, Coinswitch today is the biggest crypto company in India, enabling over 18 million users to buy, sell crypto on our platform. I think what we did right was simplification of crypto, the experience of crypto. Before us, it was very hard for retail users in India to get into crypto. They have to go to an exchange, understand complicated graphs and order books. And it was not meant for the world that we live in, where we book a cab with a single click, where we order food with a click of a button. Getting into crypto should have been as simple as that. And that's what we realized 2 years ago and launched Coinswitch Kuber in India, helping today millions of users in India to buy and sell crypto with a click of a button and creating such value in India. Today, I think one of the major challenges that remains for us is regulations. And obviously, innovation in this space is moving really, really fast, and regulations need to catch up to that. And that's where one of our work in India remains on how do we work together with the government, explaining the need for blockchain and crypto and create a more innovative environment in India, right? So that's where I would leave at. Coinswitch is simplifying the way people get into crypto, understand crypto, and helping the right stakeholders educate why this blockchain is a revolution and is needed for India, and how India can drive the Web3 development in this space.
Okay, very interesting. And I think we'll be revisiting that regulation topic in just a little bit. But Top, how about you with Bitco?
First of all, thank you for having me here today. My name is Top. I am the founder and group CEO of Bitco. We are by far the largest blockchain group in the country. We have been in this space for 8 years now. And under our group, we have 9 companies now that do different blockchain businesses. The first one is the Bitco exchange. We are one of the very first fully licensed cryptocurrency exchange in the world, fully licensed by the Ministry of Finance, regulated by the Thai SEC. And Bitco exchange right now controls around 95% of all the trading activities in Thailand. And then we have other companies doing other blockchain businesses like, NFT marketplace. We have our own Bitcup chain with Cupcoin as its native coin or operating system. We have Bitcup Next and crypto wallet as a service, right? We also have secondary NFT marketplace. We have Bitcup Academy, which is an education. We are creating an open education platform for the country. We have Bitcup Ventures to invest in other blockchain startups, other protocols, reinvesting our capital for the future. We also took over the biggest shopping malls here in Thailand, the top 2 floors, and turned that into a trading space, a physical trading center for the community builders to come and meet and have coffee and share tips and learning experiences. And what we're excited about the future is the upcoming Web3. In the future, internet we would be able to read, write, own, and open with these 4 experience in Web3. So the newest business model we are trying to build is to create a digital infrastructure for Web3 as a group to allow people to X to earn, like co-developed, co-earn, co-benefit from Web3, like co-own the network, co-own the decentralized applications. We are allowing companies to create new services like learn to earn, which will change the way education works. We are creating exercise to earn, changing the way people exercise. Listen to earn, watch to earn, prove to earn. There's so many new industries we can utilize blockchain and its Web3 applications. And the goal of the Bitcup Group is to build a strong digital infrastructure to allow Web3 to happen in Thailand, for Thailand to capture the S-curve, the new growth engine, which is the digital economy in the next decade. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's a lot of interesting stuff there. So I'll just get back to it. So Ashish, you mentioned the regulatory environment, and there was the report recently about your exchange, I believe, temporarily suspending rupee deposits. Can you talk about maybe what effect that has had and kind of how you see the situation going forward with regulation?
Definitely. I think innovation always comes before regulations, as I said, right? And this is true for crypto and blockchain tech as well. The technology is fast developing and has the potential to reshape the very nature of the internet and a lot of financial services that we use today. And regulators around the world are increasingly recognizing the potential of it and devising frameworks to foster innovation. And I think something similar is happening in India as well. We might not be at the forefront today, but the consensus is that everyone recognizes how crypto can ultimately benefit India and how could India lead the way for blockchain and Web3 ecosystem. So while there are few teething troubles on the regulatory front, like the deposit issue that you talked about, but I believe that the government and stakeholder realizes the potential of crypto at a state level too. Stakeholders are encouraging blockchain innovations and development. The state of Telangana, for example, has created a blockchain accelerator program in partnership with Coinswitch to mature startups leveraging blockchain for public good, right? India has the 5th largest economy in the world, and crypto can be a force multiplier for the country. And with enabling regulatory frameworks, we definitely see India taking a leap in the Web3 space. So although we are still at the start of our regulatory journey, but we feel that India would take the lead, would continue to take the lead in the space in the years to come.
Okay. Interesting. So, Top, I know in Thailand, it's kind of been there have been some things the government has done that have limited crypto a little bit. But what do you see as your regulatory situation?
To be honest, 4 years ago, Thailand was one of the fastest growing digital asset space in the world. Bank of Thailand created this specialized digital currency team in 2017. I would say in the top 10 Bank of Thailand central bank in the world to do this early. And the digital baht is coming out in Q3. The digital currency created by the central bank is coming out in Q3 this year. So they were quite fast forward, in the last 4 years, and even the SEC, the Thai SEC, they are one of the very, very first in the world to create this digital asset exchange license, and we are one of the very first company to get this. But in the last 2 years, there's a change in this environment in the regulations space in Thailand. Right now, regulation should not front run innovation. I completely agree. But with the private companies like us growing really fast, right? We've been growing at 1,000% 4 years in a row, and we are a huge company now, and all the customers are trading cryptocurrency in Thailand. So I also understand on the regulations, regulator side, they have their own KPI that they need to protect. Right? The Bank of Thailand main KPI is financial stability. So if too many people or the liquidity or the volume comes spill over to the digital asset space too much, then they will lose control in terms of financial stability in the system in Thailand. All the KPIs of the SEC is for investors' protection, right? We cannot move fast and break things like Facebook because we're holding like billions of dollars of customers' deposits. It's a separate. We're a fintech company. We're not a pure tech company. We cannot break things. But at the same time, we cannot move slow, and otherwise we would miss the boat. We cannot catch up with how fast the world is moving either. And even the RD, the Revenue Department, their KPIs is to maximize tax for the country. They have their own KPIs, and in Thailand, there's this miscommunication gap and misconception in the last 2 years, and we are trying our best to bridge this communication gap and try to find a global KPI, a national's best KPI. Each take a step back on the local KPI and make sure we have the right KPI, the right balance between moving fast and breaking things and being compliant. The old world must be happy as well. AML, KYC, regulations, investor protection, financial stability. So I would say it's a bit of a step back, a drawback a bit in Thailand, but we still have hopes. Eventually educations would catch up, and nobody can stop the world from moving forward. Eventually, the regulators would have to update the current regulations in Thailand and keep up with the rest of the world. And we are trying to get the best data set to the regulators, and they would make revise something that makes more sense in the future.
Okay, there we go. Nobody can stop the world from moving forward. All right. So, Sophia, what's on your radar in terms of regulation at Amber?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fantastic question. And at Amber Group, we openly work with regulators. We welcome regulation. We are a global company. We have 900 employees in 12 offices on 5 continents and growing. And we've got several of our licenses in place. For example, our full SRO license with FINMA in Switzerland, our FinCEN and FinTrack in Canada, as well as other licenses in Asia. So it's a process that obviously takes time to build out, to work with regulators, but we're very positive in some of the news flow we're hearing. In particularly, the UK Treasury announced last week that they are going to be creating a crypto hub in the UK and London in particular. And so I think we're at an inflection point in the marketplace where regulators are looking very seriously at this asset class because of the institutional adoption and the speed of which we're seeing institutions come in and participate in the market. So we're very positive on how this is going to evolve over time. And we openly welcome and work with regulators to have clarity on this, ways of working so that we have standards for business and actually be a voice and be part of the process of implementing standards for business activity in the crypto markets.
Okay. And actually on that note, Sophia, I know institutional adoption is such a big point of curiosity with people. Is it happening? Is it not happening? And you kind of hear back and forth. But so you are seeing it quite a lot?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our platform services institutions of all types, hedge funds, high frequency trading desks, high net worth, family offices. We have a full product suite on our web-based portal and on our mobile app that is for any level of expertise in crypto investing. We have a beginner's guide. We have different earned products. So it's very customizable, our offering, and is intentionally made for different types of crypto investors in terms of their journey. In terms of institutional adoption, we are seeing 2 to 3 times as many institutions on board with us now than we did this time last year. And I think you're seeing that also in the numbers. 1 million Bitcoin is held by institutions, or about 5% of issued supply. In a recent Fidelity survey, 80% of institutions believe that digital assets believe in a portfolio, and about 20% of hedge funds globally are actually investing in the asset class. So we're seeing a huge amount of adoption, a lot of inflows, and in particular into the more liquid names, for example, like Ethereum, which is a great way for institutional funds to gain beta exposure because of its deep liquidity. And I think with the POS merge, obviously, and the rollout of Ethereum 2.0 improvements, that's giving the marketplace more confidence to get involved in it. Although we are seeing a lot of institutions play synthetically, but there are more and more institutions that are coming in and investing in the spot market, or even dabbling in derivatives and other products.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you. So, Top, let's go to you. What are some of the big takeaways you think from the rise of your company that you think the growth was really due to certain things that you did?
I guess what got us here, the key factor is the timing. We were one of the very first in the space. We've been in the space for 8 years now. We have seen 3 Bitcoin cycles, Bitcoin halving cycles. And after cycle, there is this golden period. And usually the bull run is around a year and a half. Since 2013, that's the first bull run, the first Bitcoin halving. And we have seen tremendous growth once every 4 years. And right now we have 8 other digital currency exchange, fully licensed in Thailand, but we still accounts for 95% market share. It's a network effect business. It's almost a winner takes all, right? And it's the one who starts first would have the advantage of creating this network effects and economy of scale. So I would say the factor that contributes to our success is the timing. We have a great timing. And the second factor would be the team that contributes to our success. Because what is a company? A company is a weighted average of everyone working in the company, right? And we believe we have all the right talents. We gathered together in the last 8 years. And also we have been working closely with the regulators. We were the team 4 years ago that helped the Thai regulators with the understanding the blockchain technology and how to draft out this exchange regulations in Thailand to get to gain trust from the public sector, to gain trust from the government sector. We're in a trust business. Reputation is also very important for us. We have the brand equity in Thailand. Other competitors are trying to enter the space, but they have not succeeded to our stage yet. So I would say the main factors are, the right timing, the right team, and also we work closely with regulators, public sectors to gain trust, reputation. Thank you.
Okay, timing, team, and reputation. I like that. Okay, Ashish, what has it been for you?
I think I agree that timing plays a key role in all these startups. Even for us, timing was very crucial. We started in 2020 when there were a lot of exchanges already in India, but our success, why timing was so important for us, one was COVID. COVID hit at the time that we were starting to come to India. COVID really pushed the digitization to the world, which kind of helped the entire country adopt to crypto much faster than it would have earlier, and also the RBI ban. The RBI in India, RBI has put a ban on banking relation with crypto, which kind of hindered the growth of crypto since 2018, which also got lifted in 2020. So our launch was, we got the benefit of the timing because COVID was happening, which was pushing digitization to the front. And second, the RBI ban was no longer applicable. It was reverted by the Supreme Court. So we got a lot of, the untapped demand, which was there, which earlier couldn't buy crypto. Now we're ready to get into the crypto ecosystem. What we did right from the product side is simplicity. We made the product relatable, simple to millions and millions of Indians out there. And our compliance first approach, making sure that, we are the most compliant crypto platform out there, working with regulators, working with the banking partners, and enabling an infrastructure where people feel safe and secure. Like Todd also mentioned, trust is one of the biggest key factors for any financial institution. And that is equally true, if not more, for every crypto company out there. So building trust among our users, creating a safe environment, working with the regulators, and making sure that we are giving them a simplified experience when crypto is picking up was a key moment for us. So timing and the product innovation and compliance are the three things which kind of boosted Coinswitch to where we are today.
Okay, great, very interesting. So, Sophia, what do you think has been the key for Amber?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, we are really committed to being the gateway for crypto for all our clients. We believe that digital assets will be the most important category of wealth in the future. And we already understand why that is, right? Financial assets over time have evolved, from shells and stones to fiat to credit to now digital. And also financial infrastructure as a result has to evolve as well, right? And that's why everyone is talking about traditional assets coming on chain and being tokenized, right? So for us, what's really interesting and where we see the greatest opportunity is really the fact that wealth is being disrupted in the digital age. Wealth is being generated and compounded much faster in digital assets than it is in the traditional asset classes, where you can make 8% yield, for example, on USD stablecoins, right? Whereas, in the macro environment, we have what really is a high inflationary and yield-starved world. So we see a tremendous amount of opportunity to take advantage of the structural yield pickup that's afforded in the digital asset space now. Over time, as liquidity grows and the industry matures, it's possible that volatility will come down and yields will compress. But we think right now is a really interesting time to get involved in the market. You look at DeFi alone, DeFi, has a total value locked of 230 billion and growing significantly. And we see other ways in which blockchain technology will be leveraged in the traditional financial markets, for example, in trade finance, where that market is expected to grow significantly and be brought on chain. So we're really excited about being the provider of and facilitator of crypto asset trading, but also the ability to really grow your digital wealth for the future. And beyond that, get involved in DeFi, get involved in NFTs, and ultimately in the metaverse. So that's what we aspire to be, is your one-stop digital platform for all things related to crypto assets, earning, investing, financing, and spending in DeFi and the metaverse.
Okay, interesting. So I have to say, so we can't be all happy here. We have to, let's do a skeptical question. So what's a potential kind of pitfall in the industry, or something that your company is really watching out for as a potential trouble spot? I know we've talked about regulation, but maybe let's go to things other than regulation. So Sophia, do you want to start with that one?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very interesting and challenging question. I think regulation would definitely be the first part. But I think at the end of the day, as we think about innovation in the space, it's progressing very quickly. It's always about, how do we remain decentralized? How do we scale? And how can we, be fast, right? This decentralization, scalability, speed concern. So, I mean, I think it's just a matter of the industry growing. It's still very nascent. nascent. We've got a lot of different cross-chain solutions coming to market. We're really excited about different sort of DeFi infrastructure, data solutions, NFT integration in DeFi and scaling solutions. So I think it remains to be seen. I'm very optimistic and bullish. There aren't any sort of real concerns I have outside of regulatory clarity. But let's see how things progress over time. I think one of the largest challenges is bringing the masses to the space in terms of educating them so they understand the value of being invested in this asset class and why it should play a part in anyone's future investment plan.
Okay, makes sense. So Ashish, what do you think? Pitfalls for the industry?
I think miseducation is one of the biggest pitfalls, which Sophia also touched upon. And I think in India, we are seeing that a lot. And for us, Coinswitch, although started as a crypto exchange helping user buy sell crypto, but today most of our efforts goes into education. How do we create the right set of tools for people to learn what this industry is? It is much beyond just an investment class. It is creating the new internet itself. And people investing in these assets need to know why these assets have value, where does the value come from, when to invest, when not to invest. And obviously, they're putting their hard-earned money. And a bit of education is definitely required rather than just, FOMO driving a lot of their decisions. So education, we feel, is one of the key pillars that could make or break this industry in India. And Coinswitch is leading the way, creating a lot of not just content blogs, but also YouTube videos, partnering with the right set of influencers, creating knowledge of what this space is, not just investing in this space, but also what this space could be. How do you form companies in this? What are the benefits of Web 2 versus Web 3, and so on, right? So for me, education is the single most important factor after regulation, which could make and break this industry.
Okay, that makes sense. And Top, what would you say?
There are a few obstacles. First of all, is the bad actors, right? There will always be bad actors, trying to scam people with new things, new technology. Same things that happened to automobiles, same with electricity in the past. Or right now, I still have received emails from the king of Africa, right, asking for money, those guys. So, there'll be scammers and bad actors trying to hurt people and try to take advantage of the new technology. That's the first obstacle, pitfall. The second obstacle is the lack of talent. In Thailand, Bitco right now, we are fighting with Google, Facebook, trying to find, engineers, and especially blockchain engineers. That's even rarer, right, in Thailand. I heard somewhere the statistics were saying in Germany right now, there were a shortage of digital skilled labor of 500,000 people already today, and it's going to get worse in the next 5 years, maybe 5 million. Shortage of talent pool. There's this big human capital gap. Right now Bitco has 1,600 employees. We're trying to hit 2,000 this year, trying to hire 400 more, but we cannot find the right talents. But at the same time, a lot of new graduates cannot find jobs here in Thailand. There's this huge human capital gap that we need to bridge. I think that's the second obstacle. The third one is the humanization of technology, right? If we're going to create this mass adoption, we have to make sure that every generation can get on board easily. For example, everyone can use Skype now, can use Zoom now without knowing what TCP/IP protocol is. Right? People can use Gmail, Hotmail without knowing what SMTP protocol is. Right? Gmail humanized SMTP, Skype humanized TCP/IP. In the future, we believe that there'll be great tech companies that would humanize blockchain, humanize NFTs, humanize cryptocurrency for the mass adoption, for the people to just think of this app as a way to send money across without losing money, and the money will arrive instantly in a frictionless, global, instant manner. So we're not at that point yet. If you talk about NFTs, DeFi, to an older generation here in Thailand. There is a huge interest, but there's this barriers to entry. They cannot onboard easily. They don't know how to buy Bitcoin. How to get involved in this DeFi space. But they have a lot of wealth, right? But they don't know how to grasp this opportunity. So I think the third obstacle would be to humanize, right? We need to be able to humanize the technology even more to reach this critical mass level. Thank you.
Okay. Humanize. I like it. Okay. So what, each of your firms, obviously they're unicorns, so they've had success. So what would you say would be any tips for, say, smaller firms, people just getting started who want to get to this level? Top, what would you say?
I like what Jeff Bezos said. We have to find an important truth that very few people agree with you on, right? We don't have to be the best at everything, but we have to be the minority that is right about something that the majority are very wrong at, right? Because competition always share, monopoly always wins, not perfect competition, right? I'm not the smartest person in the room, but I was very, very right about Bitcoin, whereas a lot of people are wrong about Bitcoin early on, and that's why it got me here, right? And same with Bill Gates in the past, Steve Jobs. These two guys built the whole operating system, right? During the laptop computers revolution. Jeff Bezos, people laughed at him for leaving a high-paid job to sell books online, right? But he was the minority that is right about this internet thing, whereas the majority of the people were wrong, right? Or if you look at the past 10 years, Brian Chesky come around and said, we're going to be sharing homes with strangers. What would normal people, common man say? Common man would say, that's a crazy idea. Why would you be sharing home with strangers? But look at Airbnb now, right? 4 times the size of Marriott, right? Within 11 years. Grab is doing exactly the same thing, sharing cars with strangers. We have to find this important truth that very few agree with you on, but we have to be right about that important truth. Right? The majority are wrong. That's the most important point. The second point is to not let the outer. Once you find this important truth, do not let the outer voice, alter your inner voice. That's another word from Steve Jobs. That's and the thing that I like about him. If you see those internet entrepreneurs who stick in with this industry for long enough, most see success, right? Because that's where the trend of the world is moving. We have to see where the money changes pockets, right? We don't have to be the best CEO in the world, but we have to find this transformational shift and be at the right place at the right time and stick to it for long enough. And most would find success. Same with blockchain. I think we would see great entrepreneurs, great success if we stick to it long enough, because the growth is tremendous. Right? The growth would outweigh the opportunity that would create for everyone, right? To get everyone success in the future. So don't let the outer voice trying to alter your inner voice, and stick to it long enough and have this perseverance. I think that's the last one. All of the great entrepreneurs, no matter which industry, I see this common trait, perseverance. And if all of us are in the blockchain space, I'm sure we have all been called in by the anti-money laundering officers, one Bank of Thailand once, and the RD Revenue Department once, and we're still here, right? And if those people who got the first letter and quit, right, we won't be here today, So right. I think, perseverance is another key, I would say. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So, Sophia, what do you think? Advice to other people?
Absolutely. I mean, I think beyond having the right product market fit and a value proposition that, obviously is tried and tested, I think at the end of the day, it's really just a lot of hard work and hiring the right people. Having an organization like ours that is hyper scaling and doubling its workforce over time, You have to have very good communication channels, processes, a culture where, essentially things work very quickly and very well, and information can be passed and shared seamlessly. I would say also on the cultural side, we're offering a very high touch end-to-end service in the digital asset space for institutional and retail clients. A lot of us come from traditional financial markets backgrounds at several investment banks, et cetera. And so we're replicating some of that ethos in the digital asset space. And so we have that knowledge and understanding, and we're just deploying what we know in a new asset class, and that's working very well. So above and beyond, some of the things that were just mentioned, I would say hard work, having a robust culture, hiring the right people, and just being very committed to the vision. I think having a lot of passion for what you're doing is essential, because you'll be working long hours, and it's very important that you're committed to your mission, because that's the only way in which you will really find success.
Okay, so commitment, good teamwork. I like it. Okay, Ashish, what would you say?
So, apart from all the great advice that Top and Sophia has given, I think I have only two. One is attached to the problem that you are solving. A lot of people attach themselves to the solution that they want to build rather than attaching themselves to the problem that they want to solve. Ultimately, what makes you a success is the problem that you end up solving, and how passionate you are about solving that problem, and how big that problem is, right? So always, that customer obsession that I've learned from Amazon and Jeff B has to be there in order to succeed. And second, a lot of people give up very early in their, fight. Obviously, startups are hard. Every day you will find struggle. You will be in situations that you never thought you would be. So one mantra that works very well for me, and I hope it works for others as well, is to optimize for success but be ready for failure. When you look past your failure, when you figure out, even if I fail, it's not a big deal, and these are the things that I could do to pass that failure, then that failure doesn't look too big. It doesn't look that intimidating to you, and that's where you succeed. So always optimize for success. Always, fight to get the success, but don't be deterred by failure. Be prepared for it. Optimize for it, right? And that are my two advices, apart from what Sophia and Top.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, I think we probably need to leave it there, but we've learned the right team is key. Miseducation is a big problem in the industry. Blockchain industry needs more talented people. And if you're an aspiring unicorn, stick with your convictions and focus on solving that problem. So thanks to Ashish and Sophia and Top for your comments. And thank you all for watching.